Alright guys, now that our MLA document is properly formatted, I'm going to walk you through how to enter in your references to Microsoft Word and how to use your in-text citations properly. And at the very end, we're going to include our Works Cited page. Alright, so let's get started. I already have a little bit of a document. This is the example we use when formatting our document. So I have a little bit of information about dinosaurs. Now, not all of this is my work. I copy and pasted this sentence right here from a website, as well as this sentence right here. So I cannot leave it like this. I absolutely have to cite this work. Otherwise, that is called plagiarism, which is stealing other people's work. And that is illegal, and you can get in pretty big trouble for that down the road. Okay. So I'm going to go to the website that I found it. So this first website is history.com that I used. So I have the title of the article. We have an updated date and an original date. It says the history.com editors. So I don't believe that I have an author. So what that means is when I go to my document, first we want to click that References tab. And then we want to go over here where you're going to see APA. You want to click that drop down box and you want to make sure you're in MLA formatting. Okay. Now I have the newest version of Microsoft Word, so few of you might have a few different options. So the older editions of Microsoft Word, you'll see Manage Citations above MLA. You're going to click that button. Now I have the newer one, so I'm going to click on Citations. I'm going to get this little window right here on the right side. And what I'm going to do is go down here in the bottom right corner and click that little Settings button. And I want to go to Citation Source Manager. Now, if you click that Citations Manager button above MLA up here, it should bring you to a window similar to this. So now I want to go ahead and click on New. And you want to look at start from top to bottom. So type of source. I got this from a website, not a book. So I want to scroll down to website. And then you have two options for your author. You have an author, which is a person, or you have a corporate author, which in my case, I'm going to need to select corporate author because there is no specific author. It is just the History channel. So I'm going to type in that. The name of the web page is History channel. So we're going to type that in. And so it's asking for a year, month, and day. And then you're also going to see your year accessed, month accessed, and day accessed. So these are two different dates. So this first set of dates is what you're going to enter in from what you see on the article. The accessed is the time that you found that article online when you were online researching that specific topic. Okay, so going back to my window, I'm going to get rid of that. So up here it says updated and original. So that's awesome that they are constantly updating their work and making sure everything is up to date with their facts. The original date was back in 2010. So I want the updated version. I want the newest date possible. So I'm going to use June 7th, 2019. So I'm going to go back to my document. It was 2017 of June. I'm going to go back and see that day, the 7th. Okay, and so I accessed it this year. The month is March, and today is the 27th. Now, it's going to need a little bit more information for your reference, so I'm going to click that checkbox, Show All Bibliography Fields, and it's going to have more options for me. So another important thing to include is the URL. So what you're going to do is go to that website. You're going to click on the bar up here and it'll automatically highlight everything for you. So I'm just going to copy that URL. I'm going to go back to my document and I'm going to paste it right there. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down. You want to make sure you're checking all these asterisk spaces. Those are what is needed for your reference. So it looks like I got everything I need right there. So then I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And it automatically puts it in my master list and current list. All right, and then I have a second source that I use. So I'm going to go back to my internet window and go to my second one. So the second one I used was the American Museum of Natural History. So I'm going to scroll down. So Dinosaur Facts is my title. I don't have any dates listed at the top as well as authors like the last one did. So I'm going to have to scroll all the way to the bottom, do a little bit of digging. Okay, so I do not have any dates. I do not have a specific author. All that I really do have is I have a corporate author, I have a URL code I can use, and I can do the date accessed for this. So I'm going to go back to my Word document. I'm going to click New. Again, this is a website. We said it was a corporate author, and it was the American Museum of History. I'm going to go back to my window. Oh, it was the American Museum of Natural History. I'm going to make sure that I have that correct. Natural History. We're going to put today's date for when I accessed it. I do not have a specific date here. Again, you want to check that box, Show All Bibliography Fields. The name of the web page is, again, the American Museum of Natural History. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that URL code. Again, I'm going to click on that search bar. I'm going to copy it. Go back to my Word document, and I'm going to paste. Right, let me scroll down and make sure I didn't miss any other important information that has an asterisk next to it. Okay, so I have everything that I can possibly fill in right now. So I'm going to hit OK. And so now I have two of my sources that I used. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and I'm going to show you how to use your in-text citation so you can give credit to the authors of the work that I used. So we're going to close that. So this first one that we're going to use in-text citations is this second sentence in this paragraph. Now, it's really important when you are using in-text citations that you are putting them before the period, not after, but before. Again, I have the newer version of Microsoft Word, so your screen might look a little different than mine. For those who have this window over here on the right side, all you're going to do is double click on which source you want to use. For everyone else who does not have this version, you're going to hover over Insert Citation, or it'll say Insert in-text citation, and you should have a drop-down box. You're going to click on that, and all of your resources should be listed in that drop-down box below. So, for this sentence right here, I need to use the History channel. I'm going to double click that, and there is your in-text citation right here. So that one is done. My next one that I need to cite is the American Museum. So you could do this a couple different ways. So I have already given credit to the American Museum of Natural History. So I do not have to use an in-text citation. Now, if I did not use this starter, giving credit to the author, so let's say I did not do that. So I'm also going to get rid of the quotation marks. And we're going to do the same thing. Cursor before the period. I'm going to space. My version, I'm going to double click here. Some of your versions, you want to hover over in-text citation. Click that drop-down box and select which source you want to use. I'm going to use the American Museum of Natural History, and it automatically pops that in-text citation for me. Okay, so now I can get rid of this. I am going to insert a blank page because we're going to do our works cited. So blank page. I'm going to go back to my References tab. Now I'm going to click on Bibliography. That drop-down box is going to give me a couple different options, Bibliography and Works Cited. I'm going to click Works Cited. Works Cited is a part of the MLA format guidelines. So we're going to click that, and it automatically puts it in alphabetical order for me. It gives me the title for my page. Now, you still need to follow MLA formatting guidelines that we did in the previous video. So we need to make sure that our text is not in any other color than black. We don't want it bolded. And your title always needs to be centered. Okay. The next thing we need to do is I'm going to highlight all of this, and we need to make sure it's in Times New Roman. We need to make sure that it's in 12-point font, and then we need to double space it. So you're going to go down all the way to 2.0 and click that. And your works cited page is complete. And you always want to make sure to be saving your document after doing multiple steps so you don't lose your work or your computer dies or anything like that. So there is my paper, all formatted for MLA. I have my in-text citations, so I'm not plagiarizing. And my works cited page is on a blank new page all by itself. And I have successfully formatted it to the MLA guidelines. So if you guys have any other questions about MLA formatting, you can watch the previous video that I posted. If you have any other questions, post them on Flipgrid, or send Miss Blair or I a question.